latest episode of that SEC podcast. I'm your host, Michael Bretton. Go by SEC Mike. And there he is, everybody's favorite on-time cousin Shane. What's up, buddy?
Hey, buddy, what's going on?
Oh, man, we finally made it. Thanksgiving. Rivalry week. Best week of the year.
Best week. I mean, obviously, yesterday was pretty special, but I will say, Mike, this is my favorite week of the year. Not only Thanksgiving, but we got Rivalry Week. We got some elite college football action finally coming to us because there's a bit of a snoozer yesterday.
Yeah, I fell asleep just thinking about it. You know what I mean? I mean, I try to hype up these games every window. It was just a complete letdown for me.
Yeah, there really wasn't one good game, was there? I mean, there was some really good moments, and obviously if you're a Tennessee fan, there was an extreme moment, something that's not happened in 22 years, and we'll get to it. But yeah, other than that, Mike, it was pretty damn slow. It's like we already hate turkey. You know how how you get
Yeah, I think I might be coming down. Something got me snoozing over here, Shane. But good night. Before we get into the you know what we really could use, Shane, to kick our butts in gear?
What is it, man?
Some Tennessee legend.
Oh, come on now. We went there last week. Mike was at the Nashville location. I was at the Sevierville one. And I'll tell you, man, if this ain't your first stop when you come see them great Smoky Mountains, let it be your last, because it is on the way out right before you get to the Tarjay. You cannot miss it. And if you get in there, let them know the cousin sent you. Not only are you going to get a discount, but you'll also get a free gift. Come on, cuz.
And I was talking to him at the Nashville location. Shout out to Kyle. He was the manager there. But, discussing possibly doing a on-location podcast. They certainly have the room to get it done there. So
yeah,
who knows? We might be able to do something like that in the future.
Yeah. I mean, we always like to get together during the tournament. You just never know what's going to happen, Mike. So maybe we can work something out and get over there. I'd like to get over there to that Pancake Pantry too. I know that was on there as well. So, but hey, again, if you can't get to Tennessee, just have the cousins mail it to you. Just let your local package store know you need it, and Tennessee Legend will make it happen.
Yeah, and making it happen this week, Shane. Our friends over at MyBookie. They let me know there's all kinds of bonuses. Thanksgiving's a huge week, obviously, for football. There's a super boost bonus going on right now. If you do a 16 parlay, it up to a 30% bonus if you nail it this week over at MyBookie. And they also got a super boost, Shane. If you pick Texas A&M to beat Texas, you could win a lot more money. So go check them out. MyBookie. I mean, again, I'm not telling you who to wager on.
Yeah,
but they like A&M to beat Texas. They're letting it be known. How about it?
I love it, man. Because that's what we did. Like, we watched some of these games, but I'm watching Georgia. I'm like, let me watch this Georgia Tech game. Let me just see what we're dealing with next week. Watching Texas A&M score 5 touchdowns like that, and I'm like, let me see what Texas can do over here with Arkansas. So, yeah, that's basically what this weekend was recon work for the upcoming rivalry weekend.
Right. So if you like touchdowns, Shane,
I love them.
This game was not for you. Shut out, Oklahoma. Oh, my God. Oh, man, what a game here. 17-6. Damn baseball game we got going on here. 2 very good defenses, though. Let's give the defenses some credit. And shout out this. I just thought this was a funny stat, and it went pretty viral, Shane. Oklahoma held Missouri to 0 rushing yards in the second half. This game was a calamity for Missouri offense and special teams. And Ahmad Hardy, he had some success early, but that was about it. Oklahoma abandoned the running game. You want to, again, this was just ugly-ass football here.
Yep.
Where we had a big play. That was about it. Missouri moved the ball, but they stalled every time they got into the red zone. And, great news for the Sooners. They march on. They're 9-2. Playoffs well at hand if they can get it done. Meanwhile, Mizzou, we're sitting here wondering, man, would it be nice to beat a good team? We may never know it, but hell, we're 7-4, so disappointing up to this point. But what was your thoughts on Oklahoma, Missouri?
Well, if you like defense, Mike, this game was for you, right? I felt like both sides. I felt like, holding Oklahoma, obviously, to one big play. I felt like Mizzou did well on defense, and I felt like Oklahoma just reminded you, that old saying, defense wins championships, and by God, they keep finding ugly ways to win, and we may be sitting there at the end of the season saying, you know what, it wasn't pretty. This may be the ugliest national champs I've ever seen, but they keep finding ways to win, and that's what matters, man. And, not a lot of offense. We'll get to that here in a second. I just felt like Bo, that was the big news for me. I told you, Mike, coming into this game, if Bo was healthy, they're going to win this thing. And kind of surprised me that he was out there. And part of me was saying, well, I wonder if he would have stayed on the injury report one more week, what would have happened?
Well, hell, it doesn't seem to matter who's the quarterback. Yeah. The offense still looks ugly. And I was looking at it, Shane. Hell, the Vanderbilt game, we scored 10. Mm-hmm. Now this game, 6. Auburn 23. Man, what do we do? Are we going to blow up this offensive staff, or do we think? We got to see if Drink comes back. But any luster lost from this Missouri program after now they've lost 4 out of 6.
Yeah. Because I like players on this football team. I love the receivers. I love Norfleet. I love the running game. And some reason we just can't put it together. And I know the cog of this wheel is quarterback, which honestly I feel like we kind of whiffed a little bit in the landscape of transfer portals. It's like a scratch off, and sometimes you win, sometimes you lose, and I felt like we lost a little bit here with Bo. And now, does he bounce back? Does he have a better season next year? Do they even keep him? I don't know. I don't even know if he's eligible. But I just feel like that was the missing piece. And if they would have had a quarterback, this could have been a dangerous offense. But they don't. So I will say the defense been an ultimate surprise. I thought losing all those kids to the draft last year, this is going to be the side of the football that hurt the most. And I think that screams a little bit about what they're doing on that side of the football, to say the least.
What about Oklahoma? Are you concerned at all about this offense after this performance?
Yes. Yeah, I just figure if we're going to run with a quarterback, let's put Hawkins back there, that's basically there's no form of running. In moments they tried it, right? It's like Arbuckle remembered he had a running back and decided to use him every now and then. And I felt like we had moderate success. But, if you're really going to make a run at this, Mike, if you're really going to be a contender in the college football playoffs, we've got to have something on that side of the football. The defense can't do it all, even though, by God, they've tried. I feel like we've got to have some balance, and unfortunately, with this lack of running game, it's definitely hurting the passing. So, I am just as happy as I was about the defense. More pissed I got about the offense.
Well, I'll tell you who's not pissed, Shane.
Who's that?
Cousin Glad, shout out. Glad he gave us $10, Shane. He says 68-25-5. It's 6:05, and Misery still hasn't won a conference title since 1969. Beat the hell out of LSU. Boomer Sooner.
What? I don't know if you got any clips, but Drink, did you put any up?
Nah.
I just thought it was funny because he didn't mention anything about Stoops in this one, did he? I don't know if you remember last year.
Running his mouth this year, did he?
No, not this year.
But you know who will be running their mouth this year?
Who's that?
Cousin Shane. Because Tennessee went down to Florida, beat them Gators 31-11. Man, and this game was basically over for got going here because Tennessee couldn't be stopped, got out to a 28-0 lead, and Florida, I don't even know if they realized there was a football game going on until about the third quarter here. So, man, this was about as beautiful as you could have anticipated for a Tennessee fan, as ugly as you could have predicted for a Florida fan. But maybe this is, we might legitimately be at the low point in the history of Florida Gator football. Thoughts on this one, Shane?
Oh man, to be honest with you, brother, I just kept waiting for the floor to fall out, And that's classic battered Vol syndrome, man. I'm sitting there saying, wait, things are just going too smooth. We did a little bit of this on that halftime recap, and this is truly how I felt, Mike. The many years that I've been watching this Tennessee-Florida rivalry, it seems like it never fails that Tennessee makes 1, 2, 3 mistakes within a game, and you're scratching your head like, we should have won, but we had them, but, and I felt like that was what's going to happen. I think about the strip sack somehow we get, right? The fumble right there at the goal line, some reason it didn't go through. How many times does that ball just go right through the end zone and it's a touchback and first down Florida Gators? So I felt like there was a moment, 31-11. I was like, shit, that's just 3 scores. That's too much time on the clock. This is classic. This is when they're going to come back, and they didn't. So shout out to Joey Aguilar going down there and putting on a clinic. This was one of the best offensive performances I've seen from Josh Heupel in quite some time, man.
So you weren't mad he went low T Heupel? I mean, isn't it funny he went low T Heupel and still beat him by 20-something points?
I was a little worried, right there at the end of the first half, we're already running the clock out. I was like, geez, Josh, come on, man. Get it to at least 40 before we start doing that.
You know what it was, Shane?
What's that?
They're saving themselves for Vanderbilt because
yeah.
I'm not even kidding. Vanderbilt obviously a much more impactful, bigger game than Florida. And that states exactly where the Gators are as a program. But man, they're left dead in the water here, and who knows if they're going to get Lane Kiffin? But it's not looking great. Yeah. Who knows with that wild man? But man, is the sun going to come out for Liquid and company tomorrow?
Ooh, I don't know, man. I felt bad. They kept zooming over to Billy, and I was like, damn, Billy. I felt bad for him. He's like, and they don't even know if he's going to keep his insurance,
Just whoever the next coach is, for the love of God, don't name him Billy. He can't be named Billy. You know what?
There's some names not allowed down in the swamp. Oh, jeez.
Hey, shout out all day Trey. Gifted a bunch of memberships to Shane. Yeah. Congrats, Vol Cousins. Bask in the Gator misery. Go Dogs.
Feels nice, man. 2003. That's a long time, man. And we're not talking. I mean, there's been plenty of Tennessee football teams that could have beat Florida in the swamp, but like I was telling you earlier, they just find ways. I think about that 4th down and what was it, 23 or something like that. Mm-hmm. Dobbs is down there. We've got this thing locked up, and then we don't. And not only did we let them get a first down, but they scored a touchdown. So it's just like classic. The Hail Mary with, what's his name? It went to Arkansas, it's just
Felipe
Franks, he didn't have a lot of great games, but by God, every time he suited up against them Volunteers, he found one. So yeah, there's been some bad seasons. I think about the coaches, man, we've went through Kiffin, we've went through Dooley, we went through Pruitt, Heupel. Fulmer was the last coach to have a win down there in the swamp. And that's crazy to me. It's been a long run, and these kids that are on this roster, most of them weren't even born except for Aguilar, So yeah, I was excited. Vol fans, I felt like this was more for the fans than it was that team. But they got to keep them strapped up because they got a big one this week, like you mentioned.
Yeah, exercising them demons, to say the least. I mean, you didn't even mention. Remember the steroid guy with Will Greer. Before he got busted, he had that one play in him. You know what I mean? It was always one. Will Muschamp, one of the worst coach. I mean, actually, he's now one of the better ones in recent memory. But one of the worst coaches in history. Even he got a win over him. You know what I mean? Like it was just,
and he
just
turned
one
around,
after another.
That was up in Neyland. Yeah, he said and something about hey, singing Rocky Top now or something like that.
Jeez,
it took me a long time to forgive Muschamp for that one, but
But hey, even though Florida's bad, it's not going to make you any less happy to beat Florida in the swamp, is it?
No. This was personal. That's why I was mad. 31 was all we hung on them because if Steve Spurrier would have been there and roles were reversed, they'd have had 50. You know what I'm saying? So I felt like we could have ran them out. So,
Yeah. Well, speaking of getting run out, Shane,
yeah.
that's exactly what happened to your Kentucky Wildcats. Shout out Vanderbilt, Shane. The march to the playoff continues. Shout out Diego. Shout out his mom, because they beat Kentucky 45-17. And Shane, they're padding their stats set down here in Nashville. I think they're working overtime to get Diego the Heisman Trophy here with his ridiculous stat line that he had against Kentucky. Hell, that's all it takes is all you got to do is face Kentucky.
Yeah.
And your stats are going to blow out. Tennessee knows that well, but Pavia had 484 passing yards. He hit the prize picks, I'll tell you that. 5 touchdowns passing. He had another touchdown rushing, 48 yards on the ground. And, buddy, this is Kentucky, at least on this Saturday, looked like the worst team in the SEC. And I think that's a credit to Vanderbilt, because when Vanderbilt's clicking, they look damn near dominant. What was your thoughts on Vanderbilt beating Kentucky 45-17?
I may have been wrong about this team a few times, Mike.
I can't wait till you pick against them this week. You know what?
I mean, damn, Pavia's got almost 1,000 yards in 3 games, right? A little over 1,000. That's crazy. Yes, he's playing out of his mind. And it's funny because I'm watching this game, and honestly, Mike, I said there was a Heisman throw right there. And then on the next drive, I was like, well, damn, there's the Heisman throw. But I don't think he's going to get that Heisman respect until talking heads like us keep bringing it up. And I feel like it's important that if you've not watched a Vanderbilt football game in a while, that you tune in, because Diego Pavia is playing better than any quarterback in the country right now. And yes, I feel like a Heisman, and I'll say it every time it's brought up, a Heisman isn't just who's the best player on the best team, right? It's a player, I feel like, that completely transforms a team. And Diego Pavia, if he's not there, shit, this team probably has 2 wins. That's how impressive I think Diego is. And shout out to everybody around him, man. Not only the receivers, the tight ends, but damn, that defense also, it felt like they're playing with some Pavia attitude, if you will. So Vanderbilt's a tough-looking football team right now, brother.
Right, and it goes way beyond, like you're saying, the statistics. I think they were trying to pad his stats in this game.
Yeah.
Because the damn Heisman voters, they will look at that stuff. But, and I mean, his statistics were already impressive, but it goes to belief. And Vanderbilt's literally never had belief.
Yeah.
And I think with his cockiness, with his bravado, I know it turns off a lot of people, but Vanderbilt desperately needed to not go into these games and seasons thinking, okay, maybe we can beat Virginia Tech and get to a bowl game. You know what I mean? Like, that's what we would have been saying all off season about a Vanderbilt team in years past. And hell, that's what we said even last year. And then they upset Virginia Tech in the opener. We're like, ooh, okay. I guess this Diego is, man, wouldn't it be nice if they get to 4 or 5 wins this year, Shane? Wouldn't that be great? And here they are, literally knocking on the door. I know this may be their most difficult game to date because it's at Tennessee. Tennessee's fans are going to be hyped up. But if they go into Neyland Stadium and beat Tennessee, I think they deserve to go to the playoff. I think it'd be a damn shame if they don't get that opportunity. And, again, big if here, but if they can do it, I think Diego deserves to be a Heisman finalist for everything he's done for that program. And I mean, what have they done? They lost to Texas by 3.
Yeah.
And I know Bama got them pretty good, but Bama did score at the very end there. And again, if you go back and watch that game,
that was close.
And we made note of it several times. They had 2 turnovers in the red zone. Mm-hmm. Now, again, we're not, you can't just wipe that out. But point being, if they don't make those mistakes, they probably beat Alabama. And Alabama was top 5 team. You know what?
Oh, I know. It's just so funny. You get a win like on LSU, and then all of a sudden LSU's a bad team, right? You get a win on Mizzou, all of a sudden Mizzou's a bad team. That unfortunately Vanderbilt kind of carries that stigma, and I've seen a lot of coaches fired after a Vanderbilt win, but I don't think coaches should get fired for losing to this team. This is a college football playoff team. They deserve the opportunity to, if they're going through this conference 10-2, and Mike, this is obviously we're going to talk about this game later in the week, but they still have an opportunity. If they go to Knoxville and get a win, how can you leave them out? So a lot to play for over there in Nashville. And I think you hit the nail on the head. This is a Pavia and company was a lightning bolt to that community, and now it's fun. Right? It's electric. You're seeing stars on the sideline. You're seeing recruits, rumored recruits starting to flip or look at going to Vanderbilt. So I feel like we always talked about this being a sleeping giant. This is exactly what we're talking about, this momentum. And does it carry off in the offseason? Well, I don't know. I feel like this story hasn't finished playing yet.
Yeah, and for anybody that missed it, and I would assume most of you, we're not into Vanderbilt recruiting, except for Georgia fans right now. So Georgia's got a commitment, Shane, from Nashville native quarterback Jared Curtis, 5-star, number 1 quarterback prospect in the country according to the rankings, so at least on 3. And word is Vanderbilt is going to flip him. So, I mean, this might be – God, I get it. This is a crazy statement. They might even upgrade at quarterback next year, or at least pure talent. You know what I mean?
That funny. Tennessee's winning in the swamp, hasn't done it 22 years. Nashville's flipping Georgia recruits. Come on, man. The end is near, my friend.
Well, it's still the same old. I'll tell you this, though, Shane, in old Austin, because Texas took old Arkansas behind the woods shed. I thought this could be a good game, and quite honestly, it looked like it for a heartbeat here because Texas and Arkansas were just going back and forth. Both teams were scoring at will early in the game. And then Texas said, you know what? Yeah, I mean, it was 21-20 at one point.
Right.
And then Texas said, let's just go up 52-23 to close her out. Our guy, Taylor Green, we might have to stop piping him up, Shane. He made a couple mistakes, critical mistakes in his football game, and he got his ass benched. Bobby Petrino made the switch, and we can't say Texas is peaking, but Texas is playing better. Again, their competition, Arkansas, not exactly a great defense here, but this is a nice little momentum boost for Texas after the Georgia defeat to go into this A&M game.
Yeah.
And Texas, I mean, don't look now, but Texas is not out of it to make the college football playoff. It's going to be difficult, but Texas is still very much alive after beating Arkansas 52-37.
Yeah, I think that's what we'll do. We'll call him Taylor Green when he has a good game and Talon when he has a bad one. And this was a Talon Green, right? I felt like there was moments, and he does this, right? He plays well, but then there's that back-breaking moment, and there was one where we had the interception. And it felt like the game, actually the one he got hurt on, it felt like that was it. That was the final straw. So now I will say this, though. I don't think there was all – you said Texas peaking at the right time. I feel like Arch is starting to peak a little bit, right? Now, that may be – again, I even tweeted this. You can get sucked into an Arkansas defense thinking that, hey, my quarterback is back, baby. But there were some plays, there were some moments in this game that I saw a lot of poise. I saw a lot of pocket awareness, and I saw some pretty damn good throws here by Arch Manning. So you need that. You're going to need all of that coming into this next week. But I feel like Texas fans, I know they're grasping. They're hoping they make the college football playoffs, but that old slogan 1-0. This is the game right here. This is the one that said, hey, we may not be able to control what's around us, but if we can knock off the number 3 team in the country, who knows what will happen? How can they keep us out?
Yeah, and what a spot to be in, Shane, where you get an opportunity now. Again, they're not going to eliminate A&M.
Yeah,
but they could ruin a lot for A&M.
Yeah.
I'm going to get to this here in a little bit, but A&M, but despite being undefeated, they need help if they lose to Texas to get to the SEC championship. So now, truly, how much does A&M want to play there? I don't know. Again, it's not going to. If they win the national championship, no one's going to give a damn if they didn't win the SEC championship. But I think that would mean a lot to Coach Elko and that program if they were able to go to Atlanta, and more specifically, if they were able to win the SEC championship. So there's a lot on the line, obviously, this week upcoming. But this suddenly to me, Shane, is a pretty interesting game down in Austin.
You know, it's funny. You always at the start of the season try to pick the best games of the year, right? And then you even looking into this week, if you'd asked me week one, what do I think the best game rivalry weekend is going to be? It wasn't this one, right? I didn't think it would be that one, but there's so much that's going to be riding on this Texas A&M matchup. It's kind of hard, but then you talk about the other ones, you're like, well, damn, those are just as good too. So, man, I'm excited. I'm pumped up about this week, man.
Yeah, shout out cousin Lou for the donation. Shay said, little brother A and ATM will see the wrath of DKR Hookem. And yeah, to your point, this would have maybe not been the one we circled.
Yeah.
But it was because it was in Austin, because Texas was getting all the hype.
Yeah.
And it was like, man, can A&M navigate, all these road trips, 5 road trips, Texas included, so 4 road trips before this game. Are they even going to be in it at this point in time? How competitive last year wasn't. I know last year was not very competitive. I don't care what the score said. Texas really dominated, particularly on the line of scrimmage. So, if I'm Texas, I probably have confidence going into this game, don't you think?
Oh, yeah. You got a little house money, right? This is your SEC championship.
Well, speaking of confidence, Shane, I'll tell you who's got it in spades right now, and that would be them Georgia Bulldogs, Shane, because they went and whipped Charlotte. I think they're the Miners there, 35-3. And you might say, what, 35-3? Well, they got a big game here coming up with Tech. They might be playing in the SEC championship. And Kirby done took his foot off the gas, Shay, because Georgia was whipping that ass 28-0 right before halftime. And there was just one touchdown in the second half to make it 35-3. And then they just kind of put it into gear here. But, big win here. This is what we thought we were going to be getting, and it's just business as usual down there. You know what?
Oh, man. What about Bo Walker, huh? Did he just become our favorite little running back? And I say little lightly, man. This guy kick our ass for sure. But no, this is scripted win right here. A scripted cupcake game. I would have liked to have seen 40. I'd like to at least got in the 40s. But, this was just strictly going out here, punching Charlotte in the mouth, get the lead, and get off the football field. And that's exactly what they did because, last year, going into this Georgia Tech game, we weren't talking about that being a game, right? And that one seriously, that one almost knocked them out of the playoffs. That could have been detrimental. And I feel like that's not going to happen this season. They may have been caught looking ahead a little bit, but when you're playing a 1-win Charlotte team, I think you can afford that.
Yeah, again, this was more or less like a bye week. Yeah. Meanwhile, who you're playing next week is Georgia Tech, obviously, and they got steamrolled at home against Pitt. So again, it's advantage big time for old Georgia. You know what?
Yeah, and again, I feel like this Georgia defense, and it's skewed obviously with the team that you're playing, but locking down that rushing attack, making teams one-dimensional, that's something they've been able to do week in, week out. But this Georgia defense is getting right at the right time, and that's why I told you, man, last week, I feel like Georgia's not it's the third team, maybe. I don't know, Lane Kiffin, the fourth team we talk about sometimes in the SEC, but it may be the one that nobody wants to play.
Well, speaking of not peaking, Shane, how about them LSU Tigers 13-10 over Western Kentucky? Oh, Lord. if you suffered through this one, Shane, you are a true fan here. Now, again, final score was 13-10. Was it this close? No, believe it or not. Oh, even though Western Kentucky jumped out to a 3-0 lead, and it was a damn rock fight, Shane. I mean, good night. This offense is just absolute garbage. Don't matter who we fire in Baton Rouge, it's still, please come save us. Lane Kiffin, they were chanting his name. I think they were chanting in the Swamp or chanting it in Baton Rouge. They're chanting it everywhere. But, man, Western Kentucky is just god-awful. And what happened, if anybody, I mean, it was the most comical thing ever, Shane, was LSU running out the clock, and then they fumbled it. Western Kentucky returned it for a touchdown in the closing moments and then they tried that onside, and, of course, they didn't get it. But, man, this was ugly, ugly, ugly football. and now we go on the road to Oklahoma to wrap it up. But, man, this is a game I hope I never watch again.
I thought the highlight was Coach Kelly's son over there. That's free my boy. Yeah, this was a terrible, terrible football game to watch. But I just feel bad because, I go back to Daniels winning the Heisman. And I remember thinking, man, if they had a defense, this could quite possibly be the best LSU team to ever play football. But they didn't. And now here we are with this defense, and it just feels like it's completely wasted with this travesty of an offense. So, yeah, it's been horrible. It's been ugly. And LSU fans, golly, I think at this point, short of getting Lane Kiffin, there's nothing to be smiling about anymore, I
honestly didn't know that Brian Kelly's son was on this team. Did you? Until they announced him for senior night?
And alignment, I mean, clearly he's not playing, right? Wasted scholarship, I'm sure. That's the criminal activity we should be looking into,
Well, speaking of criminal, it was criminal what A&M did to Samford. Shane, shout out them Aggies, undefeated, still 48-0. Absolutely whipped them, and it was pretty comical. Shane, I don't know if you caught any of this, but people were like, "Oh my Lord!" They're out there padding Marcel Reed's stats, trying to get him to Heisman. Hell, he played about the first quarter. That was about it. It was damn touchdown on every drive but one.
Right.
But again, this was a damn laugher. I mean, look at that. Samford barely got a first down in this football game. Not till late in the third quarter, but it was a 3-and-out fest over here. A&M just completely dominated this match.
I always like to look at box scores on these games and not recognize some of the names, because then that means your ones definitely got off the field in time. So, yeah, this was obviously not a game, not worth watching. In fact, I didn't watch anything past maybe the first quarter in this one here, because there's really nothing you could learn. But I will say that this is a team that, it's went a while without a bye week. This is like a bye week. It's at that perfect time. You weren't really fighting till the fourth quarter. I felt like that's important going into this. Texas, they had their starters out there pretty much the entire game except, late fourth quarter there. So I feel like a little rest came at a right time.
Yeah, this was one where it's like once they got up 14-0, you're like, all right, we got this one. You know what?
Yeah, receivers not dressing out,
Any advantage to A&M, Shane, that this is who they played right before Texas? While Texas, I know they made easy work of Arkansas, but that was a conference game that Texas had to play. Is there any advantage you think in that regard for A&M?
Well, you pull up Texas. I will say this, and I always felt like this is the case. You go Vanderbilt, Georgia, even Arkansas, I mean, they'll give you a fit. They give every team a fit. This is a team that is pretty battle-tested here the last, 3 football games. Hell, you could go back Mississippi. They fought for the life, the last few games. And then on the other side, you got an A&M team that's been kind of, not sleepwalking, but they could, right? With a lot of these teams. South Carolina, I felt like that was they tried to and almost blew up in their face. But, Samford, these are teams that they could have went out there and easily have won. I feel like if they if they would have been locked in the entire time. So yeah, I feel like there's a slight advantage to a team like Texas that is used to, extreme competition up to this point here the last few weeks.
Right. And there was a slight advantage, Shane, in terms of Alabama against Eastern Illinois. 56-0, Shane. The cupcakes were flowing heavy down in Tuscaloosa. As Alabama, again, that Ty Simpson didn't even throw a touchdown pass, Shane. That's how wild this one was. Bama rushed for 8 touchdowns. I thought they couldn't run the football. They heard that from the committee. They said, let's run the hell out of it this ball game, Shane, and completely dominate old Eastern Illinois. Man, anything stand out to you here?
No. No, not at all. I mean, no news is good news, right?
Yeah.
I felt like this was a game we're not supposed to talk about, right? A lot of seniors got to play. That's one thing that I do appreciate in some of these games, just getting some veterans in. So that was kind of cool to watch. But at the end of the day, this is a get-right game so that you can focus on the Iron Bowl.
Yeah, no doubt. All right, Shane, how about we got this one too? South Carolina getting up off the bat, beating Coastal. Hell, Coastal got a better record than them, Shane. 51-7. We finally, too late. But we finally unleashed Ladoris a little bit here. Let him rush for a couple touchdowns in the red zone, if I'm not mistaken here. So anything stand out to you from Carolina looking like a beast here?
Isn't it funny how we're just like, man, the weather was nice, wasn't it? Huh? It was good to see people showing up for this one. No, I liked how they jumped on them quick. And, I don't know, man. These brothers, they're really starting to sync up, ain't they? I mean, I feel like every time I look up, there's a sailor's running with something, So they got any more brothers to join this squad?
If they had a couple more sailors, they might be something. You know what?
Yeah, I tell you, 11 sailors on that field, they never would have lost.
Well, I was starting to feel that way, Shane, about old Deuce Knight, too, here, as Auburn beat Mercer 62-17. And believe it or not, I mean, this was actually a tight ball game for a little while. Mercer led 14-7, and it was 21-17 at one point, and then Auburn just went gangbusters. But for anybody that missed it, and you probably did, Deuce Knight, first play of the game, 75-yard touchdown. He finished with 4 rushing touchdowns. Jeez. Shane, he averaged 18 yards per rush, 162. He threw for 2 touchdowns, 239. I don't know what level Mercer's at, but it's can't be very high just based on what I saw here. But at least we got to see Deuce Knight getting in some action here, and man, a little confidence going into the Iron Bowl.
Yeah, what about this? After Hugh gets canned, they average 55 points a game, huh? Yeah,
sounds about right.
yeah. I mean, they just got over 100 points in 2 weeks. So no, it's nice to see Deuce. Like you said, it was a little scary at first, but I mean, you're just reminded real quick why he was coveted, why everybody wanted him. He is an absolute freak athlete. Now, obviously, there's going to be some stuff he needs to work on. I am curious, though, what his role will be moving forward, because obviously I don't think he's the starting quarterback for the Iron Bowl, but how much do you think we see Deuce in this game? It's still early, but I'm just curious.
I would imagine you really got to find a role for him.
Yeah.
But certainly not as a starting quarterback, but just so dynamic, even if it's tricks, reverses or as a decoy. Maybe, Ashton Daniels, I would imagine, we saved him. We didn't want to play him in the last one. We burned his red shirt. So I would certainly imagine he'll be the starting quarterback. And he can run also as well. But, yeah, I mean, you got nothing to lose.
Yeah.
It's like the water boy. Last game of the season, you can't hold anything back. You gotta at least get him out there. You know what?
It's like Rudy. You finally let him on the field, I mean, what's it going to hurt? Let him try to tackle somebody.
All right, so now let's get into. Before we do that, I just want to show this, Shane. So, in case anybody that has unaware, so we're down to 4 teams that can make the SEC championship: Texas A&M, Alabama, Georgia, and Ole Miss. So here are the scenarios to find out who will go to the SEC championship. The most simple is Alabama.
Yeah.
If they win, they're in the SEC championship. That's it.
Yeah.
Texas A&M, same thing. They're undefeated. If Texas A&M beats Texas, they're a lock. Texas A&M is in. If Texas A&M loses to Texas this week, then if they need Alabama to lose and Ole Miss to lose, so they lose the Iron Bowl, lose the Egg Bowl, and A&M can get in the SEC championship. Georgia, their path, they need Alabama. Remember, they lost to Alabama, so Georgia needs Alabama to lose or Texas A&M to lose. And then Ole Miss, now they need some help. They need to win the Egg Bowl, and they need Texas A&M to lose to Texas, and they need Alabama to lose to Auburn. So I hopefully made that as simple as possible. But any questions about this, buddy?
No. So I'm just like looking. So if we'll say that Ole Miss scenario happens, most likely it's going to be Ole Miss and Georgia, and then A&M, they win, they're in. So it could be, So if A&M wins, and let's say Bama loses, okay, so would Georgia? How would that one work? So go with me here. A&M wins, right?
They're in.
Bama loses.
Mm-hmm.
Who's in? Georgia?
Georgia.
Okay. All right. Or
I made it as simple as I could. There.
Only I can make it complicated, Mike. That little or, I didn't see it.
So just because Georgia's done. Georgia's played all their SEC games.
Yeah. Yes.
So Ole Miss, Bama, and Texas A&M still have a conference game remaining. So I just think it's great. None of these teams, we don't have a single spot in the SEC championship locked in as of today. It's all going to be decided this week in the conference.
Only I can make this extremely simple graphic complicated.
I'm going to make that or a little bit bigger for you, Shay.
Could you make it a different color at least?
So, hey, let's break down because I'm so fascinated, and we can spend, because this is much more interesting to talk about, but the games we got this weekend. So let's break it down. The opening line, Shane, for Rivalry Weekend here in the SEC. And we got, now this is a little bit different. We got 3 games on Friday.
Right.
So let's focus on those real quick. And all these are nationally televised on Friday. It's going to be phenomenal, Shane. We got the Egg Bowl. Who do you think is the favorite? Ole Miss at Mississippi State.
Ole Miss.
By?
4.5.
8. How about that? Ole Miss favored by 8 on the road in the Egg Bowl.
With all that controversy going on, is Lane even going to be there?
Hey, it remains to be seen. It's not a given. You know what?
I know.
And then how about Georgia Tech? And now it's in Atlanta.
Yeah.
Georgia Tech is in Atlanta, of course, but they're playing at Mercedes-Benz because Georgia Tech needs money, apparently. So who do you think's favored, Georgia Tech, and Mercedes-Benz?
Give me Georgia by 8.
13, Shane.
Ooh, doggy. Actually, that's a little. Yeah, I thought that'd be tighter.
Well, speaking of tight here, Shane, Texas A&M at Texas. Again, all these games I just went over. They're all nationally televised. They're all on Friday. Who's favored, Shane? Texas A&M at Texas.
A&M by 3.5.
2.
Ooh, baby.
So, man, that's going to be phenomenal triple header just on Friday. Day. And then let's get to Saturday. I mean, Saturday's no slouch either, Shane. Let's just go in order on the screen here. Clemson at South Carolina. What do you think? Who do you think's favored there?
I'll go I'd go South Carolina
By
2.
1.
Oh, okay. All right.
So you were pretty close.
Yeah.
How about Kentucky at Louisville?
Kentucky at Louisville. Give me Louisville 3.5.
Man, you about nailed it. 4
Okay.
is Louisville. And then we got Vanderbilt at Tennessee. Who do you think's favored there?
Tennessee 18. No, seriously. Tennessee 3.
3.5. Well done.
Okay.
How about LSU at Oklahoma?
Oh, Oklahoma 4.5.
9.
Oh, okay. Sorry, Oklahoma.
Any guesses at the over under the total points, over under total points, LSU at Oklahoma?
15. I was joking. Give me 35.
38.
Oh, God. Oh. Barn burner.
And then Missouri at Arkansas.
Oh, shit, Mike. I think I'll go Mizzou 1.
3.
Oh, God.
Pretty
Look
close.
how close these games are.
Pretty close. Florida State at Florida.
Florida 4.
2.
Oh, okay.
And then the Iron Bowl at night, man, magical. Alabama at Auburn.
Alabama 12.
5. Way off on the mark on that one.
Whoops.
So
I guess Deuce is
buddy,
starting.
every single one of these, Shane, on Saturday is a single-digit spread, and the only double-digit spread all of rivalry weekend is Georgia Tech. So, got some barn burners. You know what?
Yeah, good question here, Mike. Just get this one out. That is, when is prediction show, since you are going to be off on Thursday?
Yeah, well, I figured we'd talk about that off air, but I don't know.
There you have it.
Still got to work on that.
Still working out the kinks. So I promise we'll let you know by tomorrow.
So, I mean, which one of these games is you think it will be the best game, Shane, regardless of point spread? Or let's look at maybe which ones are you most looking forward to just on Friday?
Just on Friday is going to be A&M Texas.
Ooh, you think that's going to be the best game?
Yeah, I do. I think Georgia, I mean, I don't want to give out my score, but I don't think Georgia Tech's going to be near as exciting as it was last year. And then the Ole Miss game, I don't know. It just feels like that one could be a sneaky good one, but usually when you say that, it's not, right? So that's kind of why I went the A&M Texas route. I just feel like that man, these teams, they hate each other. So, well, Egg Bowl does too, but I don't know.
Does it change your opinion at all if Lane Kiffin is not there?
Yeah, I'd give Mississippi State the edge, man. To be honest with you, them Cowbells, come on, son.
Yeah, and again, Mississippi State fighting for their bowl hopes.
Yeah.
Ole Miss fighting for their playoff hopes, of course. What about Saturday? Which game are you looking forward to the most on Saturday?
Well, I'm a little bit of a homer, but Vanderbilt, Tennessee. I feel like that one's got an intriguing storyline. Vanderbilt trying to get into the playoffs has to have that game, and Tennessee can be the spoiler.
Which one do you think will be the best game?
Best game, I would honestly say, damn, Mike, that's a good one. I'm probably going to go with, it sounds weird, but I think I'll go Mizzou, Arkansas. I think that will be an exciting game. Yeah. It's not a rivalry, but
for years it was the CBS game. Remember that? It was always Gary and it was always a shitty game, but it was on Black Friday, so everybody or at least we watched it. You know what?
I know. I see people, they're like, LSU. I'm like, any game that has an over under at 30, what'd you say, 38? May not be exciting to watch, you know.
Hey, well, A ton of supers here, so let me try to get to all those.
Yeah.
I was saving them to the end here. Shout out, first of all, Shane, the legend, JP. Happy birthday to the missus. They wanted a special shout out there, so hope she has a special
birthday.
You know what?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Get her something special. Come on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tell her it's from us.
Just not the same color it was last year, you know?
And then SEC showed. He gifted Ernie Ebb. We appreciate you. Showed Corrections 101. Uh-oh, Shane, they might be coming for you. He's back.
Has it been 90 days already?
All Day Trey gifted Old Mace. We appreciate you, All Day Trey.
Thank you, Trey.
Steven Up.
The legend.
Always showing up for them boys in Tuscaloosa. It's Steven Up. Roll Tide.
He gifted Choo Choo 55. That's a cool name. And Corrections, appreciate you. Mizzou still hasn't beaten a ranked team or a team with a winning record in the SEC.
Frauds.
Boomer. All Day Trey's back with another one, Shade. He gifted West Bay. Appreciate you, All Day Trey.
Thank you, Trey.
SEC Sean back with another one, Shade. He gifted Seth Grenier. I hope I didn't butcher that. Welcome, Seth.
Thank you, Sean.
Glad Warsaw. He gifted Bradley D. D.
Thank you, Glenn.
Cousin Lou. Gifted Swamp Talk with Tony.
Thank you, Lou.
And then All Day Trey. Shady's doing it all day.
On it.
MU Tigers JH. And then the legend, JR.
JR has done it again.
The legend, Cousin JR has done it again.
Gifted Alton M. Rick.
Thank you,
We
cuz.
appreciate you, JR. And then Michael Dunlap. A 6-pack and a possum is a Clemson 7-course meal. Oh, we missed this with 2 serial killer. Is Diego Pavia's mom looking for a stepdad, asking for a friend?
Wow. A lot of camera time. A lot of camera time at that game.
You know what's funny, Shade? It's so, media people, we have access to these photos.
Yeah.
That's where we get these photos, right, of these players and the coaches and all this stuff. And this is like a professional outlet. And typically what they shoot is the players and the coaches. And like, that's it.
Yeah.
You can search it by game is how I always do it. So if I type in right now, Vanderbilt, Kentucky.
Yeah.
I'm not even kidding you. There's at least 20 photos. They must have sent a damn photographer down there and said, get Pavia's mom 25 photos of her ass. And again, no hate there, but I've literally never seen that. So
it's better than Brad Johnson, I guess, you know?
Hey, shout out Cousin Lou. Hey, cousins. Love the show, even though some of your takes against those mighty Texas are laughable. Hooker.
Thank you, Lou. Appreciate you, cuz.
JR's done it again.
I say that throughout the day, you know?
All right. Well, hey, buddy, a little bit shorter one, but this was damn Cupcake Weekend. Any other thoughts you had?
Again, it was an appetizer, right? We got Thanksgiving coming up. Get that turkey out. This is the time to do that. You don't want a frozen turkey on Thanksgiving. So get your preps in. Get your family time in because your ass is going to be glued to that TV Friday and Saturday because it's going to be absolutely electric. So, yes, love on that family while you got them. Cousin JP, he said, hey, honey, we'll celebrate later. I got to get the shout-outs here. SEC Sean, Glenn Warsaw, All Day Trey, Steven Up, Cousin Lou, Serial Killer, Cousin JR, and Michael Dunlap. Thank you, guys. Thank you, JP. Thank your wife for letting us borrow you for an hour. I really do appreciate it. And, hey, thumbs up. Cost $0 on your way out. If you would hit that, that would mean the world to me.
All right, buddy, man. I'm saving my energy for this rivalry weekend. So we'll be locked in, delivering the content. Who knows, Shade? At any moment, we could get Kiffin news. Apparently, Arkansas, the rumor now, Shane, they could be hiring a coach in the next 24 to 48 hours. I always like how no one can give you a name, but they're like, oh,
Right.
it's happening in 48 hours.
I heard from a guy.
The email inbox is blowing up, Shade. Kiffin, this is a decoy. Kiffin's going over here. Kiffin's going over there. I got 25 different people telling me where Kiffin's going to go. So, hey, stay locked in. As soon as we know, or even if we think we know, we're going to let you guys know. You know what?
Real quick, Mike. Over under deviled eggs this week. What's the over under for cousin Shane? What's that line set at?
You ever heard the limit does not exist from Mean Girls? 24 and a half.
24. Oh man, yeah, that's a full set, man. That's rocking it. Hey, we didn't roam. 18. I think that's a little more realistic. But I'm probably going over.
Yeah,
I'll keep a count.
You didn't have to keep us in suspense. We knew the over was a safe bet. But hey, until next time, we appreciate each and every one of you. We'll catch you on the next one.
All right, see you guys. Go Vols, baby!
Hey, buddy, this beer's for you, Mike, and Cousin Shane. That SEC podcast loves the Pirate, and the Pirate loves that SEC podcast. Hail